Hi guys, it's your boy the Supreme Leader. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also click the bell button after subscription and share the channel too as well. So don't forget you can simply follow me on Instagram too from Africa to South America. Let's see. No, my laptop charger. All right, so today I am here with you guys once again, and the reason is very simple. And I am simply here to talk a little bit about Rwanda. I know a whole lot of people might be asking questions. Why is he talking about Rwanda? Yes, I'm going to be talking about Rwanda because of what we see on the news about Rwanda. The United Kingdom, which is UK, is planning to start moving refugees to Rwanda. And I personally have my opinion on this one, but I don't know about you. And the reason why I'm here to simply talk about this is I think Rwanda is taking a very wrong step. Yes, I personally think that. Okay, I don't know about you. I'm going to share the link with you guys. If you have any thoughts on this, you can simply come on and share your thought too as well. I'm going to clip the link at the description box so that you can simply join this discussion because I think it is something that we have to talk about as viewers together with me as the YouTuber from Africa specifically, west of Africa. But I think Rwanda is taking a wrong move. A wrong move. Rwanda is taking a wrong move. So I'm going to pin the link. If you want to join, you can simply click the link and then join me. And I'm simply going to invite you to join this conversation because I think Rwanda is taking a very bad step. Okay, a very bad step. And let me see. Just a second, guys. I'm going to.
You might be asking yourself, can you actually create
I'm going to pin this link so that you can simply find the link for you to join this conversation. Okay. So if you are on, if you can hear me, don't forget to let me know that you can hear me clearly. And don't just watch, but also give the video some time back too as well. I have pinned the link at the comment section. Okay. So if you want to join, you can simply join too as well. All right. So Rwanda. I think Rwanda is taking a very bad step. Rwanda. Because now we all know Rwanda is doing well. In Africa is one of the, is one of the countries which is making progress. Okay. The city, the country looks very clean, it looks very organized, and everything is just going on well in that country. But we shouldn't forget about the war in Rwanda in the past. I think I have somebody online. Yeah, we shouldn't forget about the war in Rwanda some years ago. Okay, we shouldn't forget about this war some years ago. Rwanda was in a war. A lot of people died in Rwanda. Rwandans themselves, they can testify for themselves. So recently, we all see the progress in Rwanda. They are doing well. They have system which most of our African countries don't have, including the country where I originally come from. I'm from Ghana. In Ghana, we don't have system. It's a very bad country, a very poor country, a very dirty country, a country without system. But Rwanda is now on top. It's like when you want to you know, classify or categorize, I can say Rwanda is now number one in the world, not only in Africa, okay? Because I have never been to Rwanda, okay? I've never been to Rwanda, but we see vlogs from local vloggers from Rwanda, and we see the improvement, in Rwanda. The country has come up with a very, fantastic system which, is working for its citizens, okay? But I see recently the United Kingdom not wants to, because they are already taking, I think they say next week, I think the coming new week, they are already departing some few refugees from the United Kingdom to Rwanda. And I think it's a bad move. Rwanda is not supposed to accept this move, because Rwanda, you are now growing. You are now, being classified as, one of the top countries in the world. And secondly, let me just say this. If you are thinking about supporting refugees, as an African country, I think you are supposed, if you think you have reached the limit of accepting refugees, then I think you are supposed to start with your own neighbors. Because Rwanda, we know you share border with a whole lot of countries like, Congo and all that. They are closer to you. We have Somalia, we have a whole lot of African countries which are suffering from war. So I don't, it's really confusing why Rwanda will simply accept, that UK can simply bring their refugees to Rwanda. How long, Rwanda, how long have you been stable? The question is, how long have you been stable? When did you started being, like number one in Africa? How guaranteed are you with your system and, your political, staffs? Don't forget, they have been criticizing your president, who is on power now, who is making the country what it is today. The West, they were criticizing him. They say he is a dictator, he's blah blah blah, he's blah blah blah. They were not supporting him. But now the United Kingdom want to bring its refugees to Rwanda. It doesn't make sense to me. If anybody has some typical explanation or something that is reasonable, you can simply come and tell us, because I think it's nonsense. Yes, what is happening now is nonsense. In the first place, you are not supposed to even accept that proposal. You don't even have to accept them to even sit down and talk to you, or talk to you, to bring up something. Even how much money can they give you? How much money? Africans are suffering, okay? Africans, they are suffering. Africans are suffering, and you know very well. I won't even go far. You know yourself, close to you, your neighbors close to you, Somalia, Sudan, what do you call it? Eritrea, Congo. You have a lot of countries around you who are already suffering. So I don't really understand why you will accept the deal from the United Kingdom to simply bring you refugees. It doesn't make sense. Is it some form of punishment You see, this is why I always, when I come online and I'm talking about how weak we are as Africans, I do get attacks. When I say we are weak as Africans, then I do get attacked. Rwanda, you are now growing. Rwanda, you are now putting yourself on the world map. Rwanda, you are supposed to focus on how to secure Rwanda itself first. You haven't secured Rwanda itself already. And you are already planning to accept refugees from the United Kingdom. Look at how big Europe is. Look at how big and how rich their system is. I'm not saying Europeans are rich. I'm saying their system, they have a very rich system because they have a system which is giving and helping their citizens do, like doing the best for their citizens. So why can't the United Kingdom, look for some other places in Europe to take their refugees? If they have any rejected application, they can simply, or if they want to deal with any case, why can't they take these refugees to these countries to deal with those cases over there? And then they want to bring it all the way from United Kingdom, spend some money with flights, tickets and stuff like that, and then bring their refugees to Rwanda. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense at all. You see, I always say this. I say Africans, we are so weak that we simply accept some certain things. It pains me. It really, it is paining that as an African, I can see one of our African country progressing, and they want to use some method to break the country down. If you want to help refugees, the best thing to do is you have to look around you, the countries around you. There are a whole lot of refugees already. Then you welcome them. Oh, they should come. Then you look for jobs for them. You look for a way to resettle them in the system and the country. But you are going to take you are going to take refugees all the way from Europe. They have capacity. They have ways to handle these issues. Okay, so Africa is a place where they dump refugees, refuge, refuse. Yeah. Anything that is bad, anything that is useless, is Africa where you have to come and then throw it away in Africa. Yeah, that's the definition of what they are planning to do. That's the definition of what they are planning to do. They want to bring the refugees all the way from the United Kingdom. People hustle throughout their ways and then, make it through to the United Kingdom. And then you as upcoming country who is trying to put its country on the global map will simply say, okay, it's fine. Bring the people, I'll take care of them. I know the United Kingdom will give you money, yes, but it doesn't make sense. How much is that money that they are going to give you that you will simply, destroy people's dream? I know a whole lot of these refugees are economic migrants who simply want to live in United Kingdom. So if they cannot handle it, why can't they look for another European country to take these refugees or build some camps over there? The United Kingdom is a very big place. They have Scotland, they have Northern Ireland, they have Wales, they have England, they have a lot of places in the United Kingdom, a very empty, vast land. Empty, vast land in England or in the United Kingdom. Why can't they simply choose one of these places to go and put the refugees over there and then start processing them one after the other? But rather, they want to remove the refugees from England. They want to remove the refugees from the United Kingdom and then bring them to Africa, Rwanda, and then process them from Rwanda. It doesn't make sense to me. So therefore, we were proud of you, Erdogan. No, what is guys? What is the name of the Rwandan president? What is his name? I've forgotten his name. Let me look for his name on Google. Anybody who knows the name can simply type the name at the comment section so that I can have. Let me see, Rwandan president. I don't even know his name. I know the name, but I've forgotten. Let me see. I think okay, it's Kagame, Paul Kagame. Okay, so his name is Paul Kagame. Yes, Paul Kagame. You know, we believe in that guy. I am from Ghana. I believe so much in that guy. I respect that guy so much that I couldn't believe that nonsense that he's accepting refugees from the United Kingdom. You know, like they will bring the refugees all over from the United Kingdom to Rwanda and then process them. It is nonsense. No, but if a refugee, okay, if a refugee made his way all the way from wherever they are to the United Kingdom. Like I said, United Kingdom is a very big place. They have a lot of they have a lot of guys, I'm going to change his diapers, okay? He's giving his mom so much tough time. Give me the stuff. Stay quiet. I can't show you.
Você fez cocô? Então deita aqui para papai falando.
Yeah, so for me, I think it's just you know, I lose some kind of respect for Paul Kagame, or I don't know how the name sounds, because I respect him so much. I respect him so much. How can you are now growing as a country? You are now trying to put Rwanda on the world map, and then you accept this nonsense. It is nonsense. The same people didn't want you to be a president. Don't forget that. We have seen the news. We have seen how they simply. We have seen how they simply treated you when you came into power. They didn't want you to be what do you call it? To be a president. They wanted to choose somebody to lead Rwanda. But you were a visionary. And we as Africans, we were in support of what, you know, the improvement that you brought to Rwanda. You understand? You gave them life. You gave them, you know, hope. Today, everybody in what do you call it? Everybody in Africa is proud of Rwanda.
Vai lá e dá beijinho nele.
Ele tá fazendo assim com a testa de levantar a sobrancelha.
Guys, you know, I was helping my wife with the diapers, okay, guys? You know, when she's changing his diapers, he keep on throwing his legs. She recently did some surgery, so it's not that easy, like changing the diapers when he's acting that way. So I was trying to help her out. Yeah, so Paul Kagame. Yeah.
Não, esse tá sujo.
Come.
Hoje você sujou roupa, viu? Abre mão, filha.
Yeah, so
Ela precisa vestir uma roupinha mais quente, ela agora vai estar.
Não tem. Tira da boca! Que coisa! Depois você tá passando mal e não sabe por quê.
yes. So let me see. 99% of the economic migrants are not corrupt. Well done,
Vamos
brother.
trocar de roupa, Pipoca?
Rather, real problem is you don't know what you are talking about. No, Blue Ocean. Blue Ocean, you see, the thing is,
Vai trocar, ó.
the thing is, how can Europe, okay, how can Europe give Africa, which is already struggling, another problem to solve for him or her or it? You understand? So it's when I saw the news, because they have already signed the deal, and I think next week they are already bringing refugees to Rwanda. You understand? I know you were responding to another viewer's comment, but I would love you guys to join this conversation. Anybody who thinks they have anything, maybe there are some things behind that I don't know. You understand? But what is surfacing right now is just disturbing. You understand? Like you see that a country is now, like trying to put itself on the map. I know everybody watching has heard of, Rwanda, their improvements, what they are doing to become number one in the world. They have been through a lot. So I think this is not the right time for Paul Kagame to simply accept, this UK deal. He shouldn't accept it, because the same Westerners didn't want him in power. Don't forget, we have seen a lot of interview they did on BBC, on Al Jazeera, and on CNN. We have seen a lot of interviews like that. They were trying, you understand? So I think anybody who has something to say to can simply come on. I think I would love to see you guys to come on and then share some of your thoughts on this particular issue. What do you think about Rwanda on this particular issue? Because to me, I think it is, it is fully nonsense. They are not supposed to accept it. So I lost some respect for Kagame. I lost some respect for him because I respected him so much. I was happy he was leading the people of Rwanda, and I hope I was looking forward to see he will get in, in touch with some other, African leaders, so that they can do something better for other countries, because he is having some, some big visions. But we hope, they don't do anything nasty to him, even though he's accepting this. Hey, what are you? Yeah. Hey, what is your problem? Hey. What is your problem? Huh? Yes. Yeah, so let me see. Let me read this comment here. It says Rwanda will get 120 million pounds. million libras. Okay, then around 20 to 30,000 to cover each flight. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. They are not supposed, this is one problem about Africa. Africa, they put money in, like they accept money so quick that they don't do any calculation. If they see numbers, they love numbers, like numbers. I don't know how to say this, but Africa, they love numbers. When you talk about numbers, then they'll forget the vision they have for the people. You understand? They forget the vision they have for the people, and then they'll start, behaving anyway. This money, Rwanda, what do you need this money for? Because what you have in your country, the kind of system you are putting in place is far better than this amount of money that you are going to take. It's peanuts. You are supposed to focus. Like I said, the same Western country who is discussing this deal with you, they never wanted you to come in power in the first place. But now you are in power and you are doing a lot of positive things for your country. So why should you let numbers, like that is, it's very difficult to understand our African leaders. African leaders, you cannot trust any of them. You cannot trust any of them. Why didn't they give some place like, we have countries like Croatia, we have some countries like Bulgaria, we have some countries like, we have some countries like Serbia. They are all European countries. They need money. Why didn't United Kingdom go there and then talk to them and then give them the money and then host the refugees over there, but rather taking them to Africa? That is nonsense.
Hey, ho, let's go. We will buy some bread. Do you want something?
No, I have something to eat already. There. What do you call it? That pie. I have a pie. 153 billion Rwanda francs. Yeah, it's just nonsense. It's just nonsense. African leaders with numbers, they love numbers. When they hear the numbers, then they go crazy. They go crazy. If that kind of money was enough for the refugees, they wouldn't have. Man, guys, it is just nonsense. It is nonsense. Paul Kangami, or Paul Gami. I don't know his name.
Por que não? Tá novo o cabelo?
Tá.
Não tá careca?
You want to see her? Let me show you her. This is her. She's talking. Yeah, my hair, I don't have hair, so you cannot use it. Yeah, so
Eu não sei onde tá meu óculos, é muito difícil. Não é ali esse aí? Cadê? Dentro dessa caixa. Meu vermelho.
Yes, guys, anybody who wants to talk or share something with us, you can simply click the link. I'm going to share the link here too as well. If you want to join the conversation. Yeah, so I'm waiting. Anybody who wants to join the conversation, keep going. Hey, what were you doing in the bathhouse? Yes, you. What were you doing in the bathhouse? You like going to the bathhouse?
Esse daí não prende o cabelo da mamãe.
Anyway, it is something that I had wanted to talk about, but I didn't have enough time. But anybody who has any opinion can simply click the link, join, and then share your opinion too as well. What you think about this move that is happening is because it's already happening. Like I said, yeah, guys. Anyone has any opinion on this particular topic? What do you think about what's going on here?
Ele pode ficar com você?
No.
Pra gente comprar pão? Guarda isso aqui. Tchau. Tá lindo o seu cabelo. Guarda lá pra gente sair. Guarda. Guarda pra gente poder sair.
Yeah, guys. So, anybody has something to say on this particular topic?
Esse pode.
Any
Mas a
opinion?
gente tem que guardar.
Do you have any opinion?
Meu Deus, assim a gente não vai sair nunca. Vamos. Guarda o seu peixe aí.
Okay. Anyway, I have said what I want to say. Yeah, anyway, like I said, I have said what I want to say. I think it is a very wrong move that, yeah, okay. Okay, she's going. Look at her. You see? Okay, she says she's going, so she's just telling you guys that she's leaving. All right, so yeah, like I said, Rwanda is just, going for a wrong move. If you have any opinion, you want to say something, you can come on. Because I have said what I think. I think it's just a wrong move. But if you don't have anything to say to, let me see. Yes, they did it, and they are already bringing. Yeah, they did it. They are already bringing the refugees next week. They say the next coming week, the first flight from UK with the refugees will be there. He's going to be on his way to Rwanda. Yes, he's going to be on his way to Rwanda. So I think it is just something bad. You understand? It is bad because a country like Rwanda, which is, trying to grow, will allow this thing to happen. It's just wrong. It's just bad. I don't think it's a good move. But if you think it's a good move and you have your opinion too, you can just bring it and then share with us, because maybe this is it. They are showing it. You see? They are showing it. You see? This is it. They are showing it. You see? They are showing it. I'm watching the news. Rwanda refugees. You see? Yes. They are showing it. So if you think is the right move, come and share your thought with us. I think it's just a very bad move. It's not supposed to happen because Rwanda is a new country after this their genocide. It is a new country which is now trying to grow. So why should they allow this refugee thing to come their way? Yeah, they are trying. Yeah, we know what that is their goal. But if they have problem with that, I think they should solve their problem in Europe, because, like I said, Europe is a very big place. They have a lot of vast land, a whole lot of empty land, a lot of empty countries too as well. They can simply negotiate with some other countries in Europe and do that. So why are they trying to bring the people to Africa? Because Africa is already struggling. Africa is already in need. Africa is already, in Africa, when you come to Africa or when you go to Africa, it's only, like some few countries are doing well in Africa. So a country like Rwanda, like I said, is now growing. A country like Rwanda is now trying to put the country on the map. So why would they allow United Kingdom to simply bring their refugees from all the way from United Kingdom to process them in Rwanda? It doesn't make sense. It's going to be a huge problem. You understand? Like, it's going to be a huge problem. They want to create a very big problem. You understand? They want to create a very big problem. And the deal has already been signed. And like I said, they are going to bring these refugees already. The first flight is leaving on Monday to Rwanda. The first flight is leaving on Monday to Rwanda. So you can just imagine, it's going to be by heart. It's going to be by heart. So there is going to be another extra pressure on the way coming to Africa. I remember very well. They asked Ghana, and Ghana declined because the people of Ghana didn't want the idea. Because Ghana is already suffering. Ghana is suffering. Ghana doesn't have system. You want to Ghanaian, our population, we Ghanaian people ourselves, we are refugees already in Ghana. Ghanaians, we Ghanaians, we are already refugees in Ghana. Even when you haven't left Ghana, you are already a refugee. And so it was, it was. Yeah, but the thing is, they don't think the Ghanaian people are suffering. Recently, our useless president in Ghana is going to build a cathedral. Our useless president in Ghana, Akufo-Addo, he is putting a big amount of money to build a cathedral in Ghana. A cathedral. You see, when I say we blacks and we Africans, we are weak, people attack me. I will bring that matter too. I'll bring that matter. I'll bring it. I don't want to discuss that matter on here because they are too, our leaders are too foolish and silly that they don't, they don't care about the ordinary African. Why would you take billions of dollars? Listen, we are talking about billions of dollars. We are not talking about millions of dollars. We are talking about billions of dollars. Why would you take billions of dollars to build a cathedral, a church, like a cathedral? What I'll come on that one. I don't want to talk about that one. But today, I'm much more concerned about this Rwanda thing. This Rwanda thing, is just, it is crazy. You understand? This Rwanda thing is just crazy. It's not, But anyway, like I said, anybody who has something to say can simply join, and then I'll allow you to also share what you think, your thoughts on this particular Rwanda refugee matter. UK, the United Kingdom, wants to bring uh, its refugees and then process them in Rwanda, which I think is typically nonsense. It's typically nonsense. So it means that the West will always bring a law and then they will go back again and then change the law. Yes, this is what they are trying to say. They will bring a law and then change the law. You, as an African, Africa as a continent, you cannot do anything. You cannot even pass a single simple law. They brought the law, they sat down, they drafted the law, and then they say any refugee which comes to a country or which enters a country can simply seek asylum in that country. And that refugee is going to be processed in that country. So how come they cannot process their refugees in their country, but rather take their refugees from their countries to another country to process them? It doesn't make sense. Yes, it doesn't make sense to me. And like I said, Paul Kagame, let me see the name again. Kagame. Kagame. Okay. So Paul Kagame, I respect you so much. Why would you sign such a deal? Why would you allow numbers to take your mind and then sign a deal for you to receive refugees? The war in Rwanda ended not so long ago. They were killing Hutus and Tutsis and what's their name? The tribes. They were killing each other. You solve that problem. After solving that problem, you are trying to build a country, and then you just spoil everything again by signing a refugee deal to accept United Kingdom to bring their refugees and then process them in Rwanda. Which kind of nonsense is that? You people are the reason why the world is not moving on. Yes, because if the United Kingdom has been able to do this kind of nonsense, I won't say they have been able to do that nonsense. If you have accepted that nonsense, then it means any other country can simply do the same thing too. So even if your own Rwandan people, if should in case, God forbid, if something happened again in Rwanda, and your own people, they are able to move to maybe the United States of America, or they have been able to move to somewhere like Canada and seek asylum, and the Canadian government or the American government says, okay, I'm going to bring your people and then process them in Ghana. Would you be happy? Would you be happy as a Rwandan? This is just nonsense. This is just nonsense. It's just a very typical example of what I always say about us African people. We allow numbers to take our head, like to take over us. Numbers. Paul Kagame, why would you sign this kind of deal? Why? Why would you sign this kind of deal? The last year, UK has a lot of immigrants who were crossing from France, and a lot of people, they got visa, they didn't go back. So UK want to discourage migrants. So they will have zero asylum seekers. Yes, I know. And the border between France and the United Kingdom, that has been happening long time ago. And it became very worse when the problem in Syria started. You understand? So they have been looking for a way to avoid people or to avoid migrants or refugees seeking asylum in the UK. So now they have been able to be successful. Now they have success. They have successfully been able to reach their goal. They are successful with their goals now. So this is just it is just nonsense. It is just nonsense. So Paul Kagame, if you are listening, it was just a wrong move. You were not supposed to allow this to happen. You were supposed to focus to build Rwanda. You understand? You are supposed to continue pushing the agenda of making Rwanda the great. You understand? You are supposed to push the idea of making Rwanda great nation. You are not supposed to allow numbers to come in to confuse you. Man, this really hurt me. It really hurt me so bad. Like as if I'm from Rwanda. You understand? Or as if I'm part of the refugees who are going to be sent to Rwanda this coming Monday. Rwanda. Why Rwanda? What at all? What at all? What at all? I'm just disappointed. I'm just disappointed with the whole Paul Kagame accepting this UK deal to bring its refugees and then process them in Rwanda. I'm just disappointed. If you are watching me, I'm disappointed. So if you have anything to say, any opinion, like I said, the link is right there. You can simply click the link, join the conversation, share your thoughts, what you think about this move. The link is right there. You can join, click the link, share your thoughts, any opinion you have, you can share with us, and we are ready to simply listen to you and also, learn from what you are going to tell us. So anybody who is watching and who has something to say can simply share their thoughts too as well. Because I think this deal is just a nonsense. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. All right. Anyway, it's still your boy, the Supreme Leader. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, share the channel too as well. Okay, my experience in the UK was just fantastic. I don't know, but I didn't have any problem at all when I visited the United Kingdom. I didn't have any problem at all. They were nice, and even I was given a free ride from from London to a different place because I was using the Oyster card. I bought the Oyster. It is Oyster card, right? Oyster card. Yeah, I bought that card and I used the card. And when I bought the card, I didn't know that the card had some boundaries or some limits. But when they were nice. They realized that I didn't know, and then they allow me to board from London to another place for free. So my experience in London was just fantastic. My experience, I went to Birmingham. It was just fantastic. I didn't have any bad experience when I went to London. I didn't have any bad experience at all. Even when I arrived in Luton. They didn't even ask me anything. They just stamped my passport. They didn't ask me anything. Like when I got there, they just took my passport and then gave me what do you call it? They gave me the stamp, and then I just entered London without any problem at all. I didn't have any bad experience when I went to London. Yeah, you can join. You can join. This is the link. Anybody who wants to join can simply join, please. If you want to join and share your thoughts, you can join, please. The link is right there. Just click the link and then join, and I'll allow you to come and talk. So please just click the link and then join. So my experience in Europe, the worst place, the place that I had a very bad experience was France. In France, I had a very bad experience. So because of that experience, I will never visit France again. Even if it's for free, I will never visit France. I had a very bad experience in France. The French people, they are not nice. They are weird. Yeah, I don't know. They are weird people. French people are very weird people. I don't know. So the bad experience that I had in Europe was in France. In France, I had a very bad experience. Even the hotel that I booked, it wasn't nice. The people were not nice. They were very weird people. They don't like to hear you speaking English and stuff like that. Guys, we have a guest. Mandy is on. And yeah, so Mandy, what is your age? I think his network a bit rough. Okay, Mandy is on now. So Mandy, what is your thought on this particular refugee thing that they want to move to? They want to process their refugees in Rwanda. What is your thought? We cannot hear you. I think his network is a bit rough. Yeah, yeah, I did travel. You have to join. I want you guys to join.
Good evening, Supreme Leader.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Good evening,
Share with us.
Supreme Leader.
Yes, we
Hello.
can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. Yeah, Mandy.
Yeah.
Yeah, talk to us. We can hear you. Share with us. What do you think? Oh, I think your network.
Share.
Maybe you should off the camera. I think if you off the camera, the network will allow you to talk because the
Hello.
network. Yeah, now I can hear you. Guys, I think Mandy's line, it's it's troubling him. Yeah. Let me read this interesting comment from Blue Ocean. Blacks face some institutional frictions, but generally, to live and socialize, the UK is far better than anywhere outside African nation. Yeah, I personally I haven't had any problem in the United Kingdom, and Portugal is just beautiful. Okay, like Portugal, I love Portugal. You understand? Like, when I was in Portugal, I really enjoyed Portugal. You understand? Like, enjoyed the Portuguese people. Like they were nice, they were cool. The only problem I had in Portugal was the black people living in Portugal. Like the Angolan people, the Angolan people who live in Portugal. I had problem with them, and the reason why I had problem with the Angolan people in Portugal it was because they didn't like the idea that my wife was white. They didn't like the idea. So, but the Portuguese people were very nice. We went to a whole lot of places in Portugal, and it was just nice. And I will always love to go to Portugal. Even if I have enough money, I will buy a property in Portugal. I think it's one of the best places for you to retire if you live in Europe. Okay, my thoughts compared to Brazil, Mexico compared to Brazil. Brazil is far better to live. Okay, like if you want to compare Brazil and Mexico, my experience in Mexico, I would say Mexico is a very cheap country. You know, you don't make so much money. Like the salary over there is very bad. You know, compared to Brazil, you know, making a minimum wage in Mexico is hell. You know, like hell is bad. You know, you can't even believe it that Mexico. In Mexico, the salary, the minimum wage in Mexico is so bad that you forget that even Mexico is having a border with the United States. If you live in Brazil, the minimum wage here is better. It's better compared to Mexico, because the time I went to Mexico, at that time I was making a minimum wage here in Brazil. When I visited Mexico, I was making a minimum wage here in Brazil at that time. And trust me, when I went to Mexico, I remember I talked to some few Mexicans, especially the people who were working in the hotel that I booked. I talked to them. I was asking them a bit about Mexico, and apart from that, I went to town. I talked to some few people. At that time, I wasn't a YouTuber. Shame. At that time, I wasn't a YouTuber. I would have bring you guys a very fabulous content from Mexico. And I talked to them. I was asking them the minimum wage, and I was asking them their salary. So somebody who was a hotel manager in Mexico, was making, like the kind of money the person was making was disappointing. It was disappointing because when I compare what the person was making over there, a hotel manager was making in Mexico, was the amount of money. Listen, it was the amount of money that I make for my transportation. It was the amount of money that you make when you are working here and making a minimum wage from your transportation card. You understand? Like, for example, my food card here, sometimes I think it depends on the company, but when I visited Mexico, I was making a minimum wage the time I went to Mexico. And when I was talking to the hotel manager, I was asking the hotel manager how much do they pay as he was very friendly and very nice. So I was asking what was the minimum wage. He was telling me it was less than $100 at that time, less than $100. And that time I was complaining that I was making a minimum wage in Brazil, and I was, like, I compared the money that they were making as, and hotel manager wouldn't make a minimum wage in Mexico, but at that time the hotel manager was making around, I think it was 1,400 Mexican pesos, and 1,400 Mexican pesos at that time, it was like 300 reals, and 300 reals, it was the amount of money that I was using for my transportation from, like going to work in and out within the month. I was using like 300 reals for transportation. And I was making, at that time, I was being paid, at that time was 850 reals that I was making a month. And apart from the 850 reals at that time, I was given a food card, which was an amount of 350 reals at that time, and then the transportation to I was making like 300 and something reals. So when I converted the salary of the hotel manager, it was around 300 reals. I was like, what? And what are you doing in Mexico? If you are making this kind of money, then you can just come to Brazil and then work and make some money and do a whole lot of things in Mexico. You understand? You know, I was just shocked. You know, I was shocked, and yeah, it was just crazy. So Brazil in South America wise, yes. Yeah. That one, you know, hands down, you know, because when you live in Brazil, your chances of growing is high. You understand? The only problem foreigners have is most of them they don't learn the language. When they come to Brazil, they just straight they want to work. You understand? But if you live in Brazil and you can speak the language as a foreigner, your chances of growing is fantastic. But one thing about Mexico is beautiful. Mexico, things are very cheap in Mexico too as well. You understand? So like when you go to Mexico, there are things, you know, like things are very cheap in Mexico, period. Like anything you buy in Mexico is very cheap. I remember I bought some few things from Mexico and they were very cheap. You understand? The things I bought in Mexico were very cheap. So what I can say is Mexico is a nice place, but living and working in Mexico, the salaries over there, as a foreigner, I would say is the main reason why most foreigners don't stay in Mexico. When they are in Mexico, they will simply make their choice of crossing to the United States. I think is the reason why. You understand? Because yes, so guys, it's your brother Supreme Leader. I wanted you guys to join and then share your thought too as well. But unfortunately, nobody joined. So guys, if you are new on this channel, share the channel. Follow me on Instagram from Africa to South America. I will see you guys in my next vlog. And today's topic was all about Rwanda. So if you watch this video offline, then you can leave a comment at the comment section. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in my next vlog. Bye bye, and enjoy your weekend.